The changes in Salt Lake City. Ooh, heard about a couple of those. Welcome inside our San Francisco studios for Football Weekly, the digital edition, along with Yogi Roth and Glenn Parker. Mike Yam with you at noon Pacific on Saturday. Utah, we will get an opportunity to see them in its spring game here on the Pac-12 networks and the Pac-12 Now app. I think about some of the weapons on this team, and the first thing whenever we talk about any team in the Pac-12 conference, it always starts with the quarterback. And yet I have Travis Wilson, a guy who started the last few seasons. All of a sudden, some change, though. I mentioned some changes in the coaching staff. 8 different offensive coordinators in 8 seasons. How does that affect him?
Well, it's about consistency, you know, and no matter what level we talk about, the NFL, you see it, and in college, you see it. You don't have to be a great quarterback if you've got a team around you. You have to be consistent, and you can't make mistakes. The number one concern I have about Travis Wilson, and when he's on top of his game, he's great, is that sometimes he's incredibly inconsistent. He's not efficient. And efficiency is everything. If he can just simply make the right reads, get the ball out of his hand in a timely manner to the right person, they can be really, really good. But the problem is there's too many times, and he's a tough guy, he wants to be hard-nosed, he's going to take that shot where he either gets hurt or he gets knocked out a play or two. Whatever happens, he loses that efficiency, and he's not as consistent as he should be. And that's where they struggle. And a lot of it has to do with offensive coordinator change over the last few years. Hopefully he can get that going this spring and really get on a roll going into the fall.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what happens on offense, because it's dictated usually at Utah by their defense. And when you look at what happened a year ago, they lose their defensive coordinator, Kalani Sitake. This is not only a great coach in the Pac-12, but a real dominant presence within this program. They bring back John Pease, who had a stint there earlier, longtime coach in the National Football League, comes out of retirement to coach this defense. And I think while there aren't a lot of huge names like Nate Orchard, I think this defense is extremely talented when you look at some of the players. Number one, of course, Hunter Dimmick on the defensive line. Lolo Tulele, everybody remembers Star Lotulelei. Giovanni Paul, I mean, he's a guy who was injured a lot of last year. And then their back end, they've got 3 players that played as freshmen a year ago. So I think they're pretty talented. They're going to remain really aggressive up front and specifically aggressive at their corner position. If they can get consistent play at the QB, like you said, all of a sudden they'll be back in the mix again for the Pac-12 South.
Yeah, and be in a bowl game. Once again, there was a little bit of a drought. I know Kyle Winningham, he told us back at Media Day, he doesn't want to be home for Christmas. And he had that opportunity to go and play in a bowl game. And I know the expectation is to get back there for another one. For Glenn Parker and Yogi Roth, Mike Yam with you once again. The Utah Spring Game, Saturday, noon Pacific, here on the Pac-12 networks and Pac-12 Now app. We will see you for the matchup. I like that. I like that.
It is.
Wow, look at you.
Bring it out.
Come on.